What's good, people? We back at it. Another episode of You Know What It Is. What's the Word with LJ Mental Podcast. And as always, I'm your host with the most, LJ. We back up in here for another week. Another episode of your boy dropping that knowledge. You know what it is. So you know what it means. Another word of the week. I'm going to get to the word of the week in a little bit. So I want to address a couple topics first. Uh, you know how we do up in here by now if you've been listening to me. So um, we drop some dope knowledge on some relevant topics. Not trying to relate the word of the week to either all topics or some topics that I think are pretty important. So the first couple topics are not part of the word of the week, but I'm gonna address them first. And so I'm gonna start out by talking about I'm sure unless you've been under a rock, I'm sure you heard about this stimulus package or whatever. The second one that was actually approved this past Sunday evening, I believe. And a lot of people not happy about it because you're getting half the amount of money as we did the first stimulus check. Um, Initially, it was 1,200 before, and also helped out. I guess a lot of people with PPE loans helped bail some businesses out. And if you're on unemployment, people got like $600 extra a week. This time is half that. I'm not sure what's up with the loans helping with business owners, um, which I need to look into being a business owner myself. But stimulus check is only $600. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. So it's half, $600 stimulus check, and I guess if you're on unemployment, you're getting 300 a week now instead of six. So everything is basically cut in half. Overall, $900 billion stimulus check, and Trump tried to counter that last night. If you listen to Donald Trump last night, he gave a speech. He said they put it on his desk to sign it for it to become law, the stimulus package, and he said it's a disgrace, and he thinks we should get it's ridiculously low, the $600 amount, and you should get $2,000. He thinks instead of half, you should get double. I don't think anybody's gonna oppose to that, regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, whether you like him or don't like him. I mean, I don't think anybody would be opposed to what he said about last night. If you're an American citizen, I don't think anybody would be opposed to what he said about that. Uh, I think he's right, and Nancy Pelosi came out and spoke and said they agree with him. That it will be unanimous with the Democrats or whatever. But they're not sure how it would be with the Republicans because you need basically a unanimous decision for it to pass. And now the $600 stimulus check or whatever, that's already been passed, so it's guaranteed that at least. But now they're trying to say, okay, scratch that. Let's do the 2,000. I don't know if that will be instead or additional. I'm thinking if that somehow did, realistically, I don't think it's gonna happen. Because the amount of time it took for this one to get passed was just crazy, and that's what Donald Trump even said. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous that it took this damn long. He didn't say that specifically, but not to quote exactly what he said, but somewhere along the lines of that. But yeah, it's crazy. People hurting out here. A lot of people hurting out here, and we don't want to rely on no damn just Jake, but I mean, it's crazy. People hurting out here, and people need help out here. It's crazy in these streets out here. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people on the street now, and it seems like people just don't give a damn. It's just unfortunately selfish society. And I don't think everybody's like that because I also do see a lot of people helping, giving out these toy drives, these feeding the needy and all of that. But it's people really hurting out here. And see, I'm trying to get to a position of power, as far as the community control where we really can make some change in these hurting neighborhoods. That's a topic for a different day. But as far as right now, uh, yeah, the stimulus package is. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. How long it's gonna take with Trump posing this. I don't know if it's gonna hold it up longer because I guess he has to actually sign it, even though it's already been passed um, by Congress this current. So I have no idea if this is gonna hold it up. We know we're definitely getting at least the 600, but whether we get the 2,000, that remains to be seen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Um, just being realistic here, it would be dope if it did. Cause we all definitely need help. We need something out here. But we gonna see. We gonna see if that happens. I would love to see it, or if we have to wait if Biden, when he actually gets in office, will it happen? And speaking of Biden, yeah. So apparently, I don't know if you guys saw that. There's a video out there of him actually getting, allegedly. I say allegedly because I'm not sure if that's it. But yes, he got the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, on camera. And when I first saw it, it was a woman that gave him the shot, black woman, and I'm like, I wonder is that the because Fauci said that it was a black woman that created the vaccine, who actually found the vaccine and created it. So I'm like, I wonder if that's her that did it. But yeah, so he got it on camera, and I know a lot of us are super skeptical about it. There's a lot of jokes out there about what's gonna happen. Like, is your head gonna blow up? You gonna turn? I even say, is your face gonna turn different colors, green or something? Like, what's the? I'm sure a lot of you got like a bunch of questions. Now, if he really did get this vaccine, Joe Biden did. Like, what is there any long-term effects? I've read some stuff online. I've read a couple articles about there could be possibly some side effects. There's some videos out there about it as well. Not sure if that's true or not. We just gonna have to see if Joe Biden is good in the next month. Or now, are there short-term side effects that I'm wondering? And also, is it mandatory? I know some people are worried too. Is it going to be mandatory to get this vaccine once it's available to the general public to travel? Will you be forced to get this vaccine to be able to travel? I've heard some stuff saying it's not mandatory. I've heard some stuff saying it is, so I'm not sure. We're going to see once more details come out. And also, will there be some long-term, if you do get this damn vaccine, will there be long-term effects? It's different from the question I asked, are there side effects? The long-term effects obviously will be like where there's something lingering on for months, years, whatever. Like, will there be long-term effects as well? So, in the first few questions I got about this damn vaccine, I'm sure other people got other questions about it, but them the three main ones I got off the top of my head. We just gotta wait and see. I'm curious to see. I'm not sure if Jill, his wife, got the vaccine yet, or is there anyone behind the scenes, any hospital workers get it yet? Anybody who immediately will be in contact with COVID, would they get the vaccine? I'm not sure if they got it yet already, but I'm just curious. We're gonna see how if that all affects Joe Biden. Will he hide if he does have side effects? Will he hide them? Try and hide them? Because that's what I'm thinking. If he does have some type of side effects, he gonna do his best not to try and say to the general public, like, yeah, I'm fine. Meanwhile, hopefully that's not the case, because I'm not wishing nothing bad on the current president at all. I'm not. I'm just saying that if Biden is not okay, could it be from the vaccine? But I don't know. I'm just keeping all that in play, because at the end of the day, it's hard to trust where, especially politics and government. It's really hard to trust y'all motherfuckers after being who y'all are for so long. It's hard to trust y'all. But yeah, I'm just interested in seeing how this the developments of that. So yeah, them the questions I got. Be interested in seeing like what other questions other people got about this vaccine and going forward, and about the stimulus. Where do we go from here about that? Will we get the 600 or will it be the 2,000? We shall see. Now, we get into my word of the week, right? Word of the week is nostalgia. So, the reason why that is we got a lot of things. We got traditions of, you know, it's Christmas week, it's Kwanzaa, it's other holidays. Some people celebrate Christmas, some people don't celebrate Christmas, but Kwanzaa and so forth, or both. Um, but I know this is a week of some people like really love tradition. Always get a Christmas tree every year. Um, Always decorate your house, whatever the case may be. Watch them classic Christmas movies and all that, part of tradition, and it's real nostalgic, right? Because whatever your possibly your parents or your moms, your pops, aunts, uncles, whatever, made that part of your tradition. You want to carry that tradition on. You got some cats that's not really into the tradition, want to do things a little differently. Still might like to celebrate Christmas, but do it in their own different way, add their own flavor to it. Some people don't want to celebrate it at all, and so whatever you choose to do, um, I know it's an interesting time, and I like seeing the different lights and everything around people's houses and Christmas trees and the movies and all that. And it's also some good music out there that's dedicated to Christmas and all of that. Uh, but yeah, it was an interesting time about. And I bring up nostalgia too because I'm not sure if anybody else saw, but if you know the cult classic Coming to America, uh, a trailer for the sequel came out yesterday, and back to Eddie Murphy in there, Arsenio Hall back up in there. We got a couple new faces in there. But yes, look, I can't believe they made a sequel after all of these years. I can't believe this actually gonna be a sequel to Coming to America. That shit came out in what, 89, 1988, 89. I was like, what, a year old when that movie came out. The original Coming to America. Now they're making a sequel. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm gonna see it because I love Coming to America. It was a cult classic. Um, Hilarious movie. And the trailer, they still got the barbershop scene up in there, and you could tell it's gonna be. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I think with anything when you make sequels, and it's a large gap in between the original and the sequel. Like it's kind of hard to capture that same essence. And I know Chris talked about this when they asked him to go back to Friday. It's gonna be hard to really that whole energy that he was when in the '90s to do it now, like and 20 years later. It would be hard to recapture that, and he's in a different place. Plus, on top of that, he's making a lot more money doing rush hour movies right after Friday, so I'm sure it's kind of hard to go back to that. Uh, but yes, that's kind of nostalgia. I think a nostalgia too with Coming to America because it's such a cult classic, and they're making a sequel to it. Memories is so great, and they live up. And when you make a sequel, something like that, you got expectations, right? You kind of create your own expectations, right? And not that you're setting yourself up for failure, but people gonna be expecting like, yo, this Coming to America, like, yo, this joint better be good. So it's kind of, I mean, we just gonna have to see. Like, it comes out in March. Um, Gonna be available on the streaming platforms, I believe. Cause theaters, I think some theaters are open, but a lot of them are still closed. And I'm gonna check it out. I'm looking forward to it, along with a lot of other sequels that's gonna be coming out. a lot of other sequels to some great classics as well. The Matrix, they're bringing the Matrix back after like what 17, 18 years being gone. The Matrix Revolution, which was the third one, came out in 2003. And they're bringing that back. There's not a trailer yet, I believe, but there's a lot of like sequels, the classics coming out in either 2021 or 2022. And Matrix is a big one. I was a huge fan of the Matrix, like especially the original. The original to me is the best one. And that could be nostalgia talk. I just think it had the best story, like the best fight scenes. Like it was just all around dope, like the original Matrix. And now they're making a part four, so that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, all these classics coming back. Like I think the 007 movie is either it just come out or just about to come out. But yeah, new 007, new faces though, new faces in 007. But yeah, so around nostalgia, and people, okay, some people say that they don't like nostalgia, but at the end of the day, we do. We love nostalgia. Otherwise, we wouldn't love all these big time Marvel movies, like we wouldn't love the Avengers, Spider Man, Iron Man movies, Thor, all that. Like we wouldn't love all that if we didn't love nostalgia. This is all nostalgic. So I mean, at the end of the day, we definitely do love it, and it's appreciated that we keep making it. So I mean, I'm gonna check it out to see Matrix 4. And John Wick 4, I think originally it was supposed to come out on the same day, Matrix 4 and John Wick 4. I'm not sure if that's still gonna be the case, with these new strands of allegedly second wave, third wave. I don't even know what wave it is. I just know this damn pandemic been going on for a long ass time. But yeah, this I'm not sure if they're still gonna come out on the same day. I think that was originally the plan for Matrix 4 and John Wick 4, or if the movies are even done filming. Could be, not sure. But John Wick, that's another series that's pretty great as well with Keanu Reeves. That if you haven't seen John Wick, I would definitely highly recommend it. All three movies are really dope, really great story. I'm gonna give away too much, in case you wanna check it out. Great series. You know, it's kind of Keanu Reeves, who's the star of The Matrix, also starred John Wick. He plays John Wick in the movies, and the fourth one is coming out, and I'm looking to see how that story continues, because it's also a great series, and Keanu Reeves has been a dope actor for a very long time. But those two series right there, Matrix and John Wick, yeah, I see why they making a fourth one. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with the Matrix though. After being gone for so long, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that dynamic. And also, Black Panther's sequel's gonna come back. From the poster, looks like they're gonna be. I'm not sure if the sister's gonna take over or they're gonna have someone replace Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. It's gonna be really hard to do that because he is Black Panther. You know, it's gonna be hard to. I talked about Chadwick Boseman in an episode earlier this year when he unfortunately passed away. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting dynamic to see that Black Panther play out. Now, Black Panther, I'm sure all of us loved the movie. Like it shows made over $1 billion. Broke a record at the time when it came out. And it was I loved that too. Not only was it written by a black man, that a black man basically got his foot in the door at Marvel to be able to do that. And it was a black star in role. That's just something we haven't seen in Marvel, really in superhero movies at all at the time. And it was just a great change of pace of what we accustomed to seeing. But I'm still interested. It's gonna be hard to see that movie without Chadwick Boseman. Like, where they gonna go with the story as far as that? I'm sure it's gotta be hard on everyone, the cast, the writers' room, all of that. It's gonna be. I'm sure that's gonna be real difficult. Um, because he really was felt like a real the black hero, and I love it. So looking forward to seeing all of that. Good movie hit too. Uh, so yeah, last thing I'm gonna touch on before I get up out of here is right. Talked about the battle of the Bay Area, the IG battle between E40 and Too Short. This past Saturday, and this is crazy because I'm a big Green Bay Packers fan, have been since I was a kid, and the Packer game was on at the same time as this battle. So I'm like, damn, I gotta watch them both. So that's what I did. So uh, I think the battle was dope between E40. A lot of praise for both artists. They two super legends. Regardless of what you feel about the E40 Too Short, they legends, and yeah, they still making relevant music that charts to this day. Been around, and they even said like we've been around since '83, dude. Like, and some cats too, like they like to say, oh, if you're a certain age, if you younger generation, like it's frowned upon to rap past like 40, and I don't like that stigma to be put on that. Like hip hop, like it's so, like I feel like young artists, young 20 something, and young producers can work with older artists. Like you can not even just put them on game, but just they can. I feel like they can grow together. Like at the end of the day, and you're starting to see that some, but it's still kind of I think some tension between the older generation and younger generation. I think more so than ever before. Like it's crazy. Like I don't know why. Like you gotta disrespect the older generation. Like you can learn from each other. Like even if you ain't listen to their music growing up, like you had to be inspired from something. Like to do this thing. Like you had to be. And but the Bay Area specifically, uh, I think is not as I think nationally or internationally even respected as certain areas like a L.A. or a New York or Atlanta even. Because I posed the question to people, who's your top five be with Atlanta during the height of the GZ and Gucci battle, and people like so many people had so many names for Atlanta. And I think if I pose that, who would be your favorite New York artist or your favorite LA artist? I think a lot of people have, but the Bay Area was harder for people to think. Like I posed that question for the Bay. Me, I think music is dope all around. Like I don't care if you like. I'm from East Coast. Like I'm from New York State. I grew up in Buffalo, but got that New York influence. And but I love music from all over. If you dope, it don't matter where you come from. Like Rakim said, it ain't about where you from, it's where you at. And it don't matter where you from. But some people don't think that way, I guess. Um, but as far as the Bay Area, like they on the real, they part of this. They part of this thing getting to a next level too. Hip hop was started in New York. That's a fact. It started in the Bronx. Then they branched out to other areas, but I think the Bay Area was probably the next one up after New York. Kind of was. They was like really early on. Like they was. Yeah, the Bay Area had a lot of cats early on doing their thing. So the Bay Area definitely deserves this respect because after New York, they would probably be the next ones that took on the game and honed it to their own. And obviously, other areas did that as well. Like later on with Atlanta and L.A. and down south, and even in Texas, Houston, they got their thing down there. But these different regions or whatever. got their own flavor to it, but the Bay definitely deserve their props. And some people don't know as many names, I think, out of the Bay outside of them two, E40 Too Short. And it was harder for people like, I gotta think about that one. When it came to Atlanta, everybody had names. I guess because there's so many artists, especially of this current generation. You see Atlanta artists every other day on screen or on social media or wherever you see your music or wherever artists. But yeah, I think specifically with the Bay, like me, I like I said, I'm a hip hop head, so I know artists from a bunch of different regions, and I gave my top five from the Bay, and people couldn't get people asking to Tupac. I didn't put Tupac in my top five because I feel like even though he got his start in the Bay, like he never really had a home base. Otherwise, I would have put Tupac at number one. It's kind of hard for me to put, and I'm not sure if he falls in LA or Bay Area. Like, I'm not sure. Like, it's kind of hard to say. I know Pac, the West Coast claims Tupac. I know that. Pac is West, even though he was from New York. He, even they got a song that said East Coast born, West Coast raised. So Pac got his game and he got his start in the Bay Area, but early in his career he was down in LA a lot. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't know who what more partial to. So it's kind of, I think both areas, LA and the Bay Area, claim Pac. So I don't know. Otherwise, I would put Pac at one. But I know other artists from that area, and some people I guess don't. Because when I posed the question, like people who had a head scratcher. But the Bay definitely deserve their respect, man. A lot of dope artists have come out of there, and they was put on the game early. But yeah, and I said I had that on the same time as the Packer game. I was disappointed in my Packers, man. They won the game. They look suspect as hell, though. They definitely did. Garbage game from all around, and I think they know it too. So I hope they come to play this weekend against the Titans. We gonna see about that. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for me. About to get up out of here, and as always, I really appreciate you for listening to me. If you take this time out of your day, you could be doing whatever you want. But you're here with me, like line from Jay-Z on Izzo. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. But on the real, yeah, I hope everybody have a safe holiday, whatever you're doing. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate or don't celebrate, just be safe. Hope you be healthy and wash your damn hands. You should be doing that anyway. Do your hand sanitizer, all that. Be happy, healthy, and safe holidays, and appreciate you for joining me. I'm out.